Hey, what's up, guys? It's Joe Yarbrough here. I'm excited to be joining you guys on our ASM Tuesday gathering. I'm super excited that we're going to be doing things a little different from the next coming weeks. We're pre-recording some stuff and premiering live, but we're going to get things started here with our game time. That's right. Our game for the day is Name That Celebrity, Zoomed edition. A lot of us have been meeting in life group on Zoom, but this thing is we're going to be showing you pictures of celebrities, and you have to guess who they are with their zoomed in images. You're going to answer at the end of all 10 and post it in the comments. And at the end of the message, we'll reveal who the winner is. So here's our first one. Who is that right there? We'll give you a clue. They're a musician. All right, we're going to go to the next one here. We're going to zoom on through these. Who is that right there? We'll give you a clue. It's not George Clooney. Here's the next one coming up. Here's a clue again. The hair is throwing you off. And also, it's not George Clooney. All right, going on to the next one. Who is that right there? We'll give you a clue. You guessed it. It's not George Clooney. Going on to the next one here. Who is that? It is not an actress. Alrighty, moving on, we're zooming through. The next one here, who is this? We'll give you a clue. It might be Lauren Conrad, but it's definitely not George Clooney. Next one. Who is that? The clue for this one, it might be George Clooney. All right, next one here. Who is that? Your only clue is, well, they were bound to be in here. Alrighty, moving on to the next one. There is no clue for this one. This one was a softball lob for you guys. Everyone should at least get 1 point. And we're moving on to our final one here, number 10. Who is that? The clue for this one? He might have played Batman. And it might be George Clooney. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our time. Post your answers in the comments, and whoever has the most correct and was the first to post it in the comments will be our winner. And the answers will be announced at the end of the message today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game time. In the coming weeks, we're going to be having some cool giveaways. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. We'll be having worship in the coming weeks as well. So sound off in the comments and kind of turn and greet your neighbor and tell them, hey, I missed you. What's your highs and lows of the week? And share and comment while we watch the message today. God bless you, and I guys hope you guys enjoy this. Hey, what's going on, ASM family? Joe Yarbrough here, and I'm excited to be launching a new series. I know you're thinking, isn't this like a week-to-week thing? When will we know when we get to come back to ASM? When will I be able to leave my house? All these questions and more, I unfortunately don't have the answers to. But that doesn't stop God from moving and putting things on people's hearts. And this is some things that he's been putting on my heart. And I thought we would launch a brand new series. And I wanted to kind of give you guys the opportunity to name the series. I thought it'd be a fun thing. So if you guys in the comments hear the message or hear what the messages are going to be about, and you decide a name for this series, let me know, and I will make a graphic up that you guys can share around. This series that we're going to be talking about are basically little bits of hope and faith that we may need in a time where we feel like there's nothing to be hopeful for and there's no reason to have any faith. I'm coming from my living room / kitchen area. We have like a weird transition from living room to kitchen in our house, but what I wanted to talk about was relationships a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a while since I've had a good talk and hang out with anybody for more than 10 to 20 minutes. And what I wanted to talk about was, did you have any relationships that were on the fence before this whole quarantine happened? That maybe you felt uneasy about, or maybe that you felt like you needed some peace. I know it's something that we always say, and in fact, in these trying times, we keep asking for more peace. But have you ever had a situation where you tried to make peace with somebody and you owned your side of the street and you were apologizing for your wrongs and you were trying to make right and they just refused your peace? And you couldn't help but just walk away peacefully, but instead you started to kind of act like how I act. Maybe you started to go over and over in your head all the times that they were wronged and you forgave them, and every time that they'd come to you, and you start holding accounts and records and resentments. And before you know it, when you came in with this mind of giving peace, you in fact walked away with less of it. In fact, it's almost like it feels that you go home and you can't stop thinking about the person, and it just molds in your mind as if like there was a room for rent in your brain, and you just allowed them to move in rent-free and destroy your property. And then what makes it worse is you start to think about how much maybe they don't think about you. And all the thought that you're putting into this has caused you so little of peace. And in fact, they may have more peace than you do. It's infuriating, at least to me. It makes me want to pull my hair out. And I have had this situation happen to me so many times. It's so hard to get to the place where you want to give peace to people, especially when you feel like you did nothing wrong. And then for them to reject that peace, you almost want to shake them and say, do you know how hard it was for me to get to here? But Jesus says something really powerful in Luke 10, verse 5. He says, whenever you enter a home, you speak peace into it and say, may peace be upon this home. And if the homeowner doesn't accept that peace and that offering, then the peace returns to you. You see, that's such an interesting statement to me to think about, is that how often do we let other people be the source of our peace? I heard one of my favorite pastors talking about this topic, and it weighed on my heart. How often do I let other people become the source of my peace when peace itself comes from God? How many times have you had that happen? That you only have peace when you've been accepted or in good terms with your parents. Or you only have peace when you feel like all of your friends aren't mad at you. Or you only have peace when you finally landed a job, or you finally got that grade in that class, or you finally passed that test. That you only have peace when you finally amounted to this, accomplished that, done this, said that, received this, relieved yourself of that. Peace. You see, it's so often that we as people try to make the things that are God-given with our own flawed and shaky hands. When I look at my hands, I just think of all the times that I've hurt myself. Maybe trying something, fixing something, trying to reach my hand down a drain, and someone accidentally might have turned on a garbage disposal and almost nicked my fingers. Times I've tried to mess with tools, and I just end up always hurting myself. And it's when I'm taught how to actually use my hands and how to do what I'm actually doing that I get peace. The first time I ever learned to play guitar, it's painful if you've ever tried it. You have to build these calluses up, and it hurts and hurts, and you feel like you're pressing so hard. And then that string just kind of pushes back. And it hurts. And I think the hardest part about receiving peace and trying to give peace to other people is the rejection. You see, Jesus spoke that and said, when you enter into this home, speak peace upon it, and if the owner doesn't receive that peace, then it just goes back to you. making it more of a point that the rejection isn't as bad as you think. Now, one of the biggest things that I've come to learn is it's a big deal, Jesus. When I've been rejected by my friends, other believers, my family, other friends that I've had for long periods of time that I consider brothers, it hurts. But you see, Jesus doesn't say it doesn't hurt. He's saying it doesn't hurt. What actually matters? You. It doesn't hurt me, is what God is saying. So I hope as you continue in these times that you start mulling more on the relationships you had before this world crisis. Were you at peace before peace was just taken from us all? Maybe this is a time that God's saying, hey, you should work on your peace. Peace be with you. Will you accept it or reject it? God bless you guys. If you don't remember anything from today, remember this. I love you. I'll see you guys next week.